Good evening. My name is Pitt, Stu Pitt. We will now be doing a documentary by Channel 14 News on Chapter 14, made by Lee, Don, and Travis.
Psst, psst, I think I have the Black Plague. Good morning. Before 1000 AD, churches suffered as a result of Viking attacks. Many monasteries were destroyed as a result of these attacks. The church as a whole suffered as well. Some priests were almost illiterate.
The Gospel according to Bob. We welcome all that come to the church of the holy sepulchre thingy.
Hello, this is Somewhat Serious here in Cluny, France, with Alota Church, an influential monk reformer. What can you tell us about the reform?
Well, I believe that church reforms are going very smoothly, but I'm concerned about three problem areas.
What are the problem areas and what are their effects?
The first problem deals with priests marrying and having children. This is against church rules, and I believe priests should know better. The second problem is simony, which is the process of selling church positions in order to gain money. I believe that this is very bad. The third problem is lay investiture. I despise the man who created this irksome idea. All these kings appointing bishops who are corrupt is getting on my nerves. I believe the only person who should be able to appoint bishops should be the Pope.
Very interesting. How is the reform changing the church as a whole?
The church has been restructured to resemble a kingdom. The Pope's advisors are called the Curia. They create papal laws dealing with marriage and divorce and other things. They also handle court disputes on these areas. A tax called a tithe, which represents 10% of a Christian family's income, is gathered every year. The Pope is becoming a major authority across Europe. With this new structure, we hope that simony and lay investiture will decline.
I love the church. What can you tell us about the friars?
First, let me clear up any hazy areas about monks. We spend our lives in monasteries, studying Christianity and God. We live lives of toil and hardship, following Benedictine rule. Friars are similar to monks, but they travel the world preaching and begging. They take vows of chastity, obedience, and...
Oh, I love the church. Are you okay?
I'm fine. They take vows of chastity, obedience, and poverty, owning no worldly possessions.
Wow. It's amazing you're able to do what you do. Thank you, Alota Church. This is Somewhat Serious signing off from Cluny, France.
Die Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem. Die Jesu Domine. Looks like a war has broken out between the English and the French. This could take a while.
Hi, this is Christopher Lowe with Cathedral Architecture. Today we'll be talking about the history of cathedrals in Europe throughout history. Our guest is Dr. Point E. Spires. How are you doing, Dr. Spires?
Hi, I'm good.
Good, fabulous.
You know, cathedrals were first built around 800 to 1100 in the Romanesque style.
Yes.
They had huge columns and domed roofs. However, they did not have much light in them. Around the 1100s, the Gothic style evolved. The cathedrals are very beautiful. They're very tall, as if reaching to heaven. They have windows that pour in light, so there's a lot more light than the Romanesque style. They have spires, and they have pointed vaults that support the roof and the windows. They also have flying buttresses that support the walls.
Very interesting. And now comes the time for my favorite program. What a cathedral does not look like. Hi, this is Christopher Lowe on the set of What a Cathedral Does Not Look Like. Here's Dr. Leach, our host.
Good afternoon. This is not a cathedral. This is not a cathedral. A cathedral does not look like this. Neither does a cathedral look like this. This is not a cathedral. 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 And this is not a cathedral. This is not a cathedral. Not a cathedral.
And now, Channel 10 News.
Six years ago, in 1093, Byzantine Emperor Alexius Comnenus wrote a letter to Pope Urban II asking for help to fight against the Muslim Turks attacking the Byzantine capital Constantinople. Pope Urban II responded by issuing a call to go to battle and fight in a holy war. This crusade, as it was called, was joined by thousands of Europeans. The goal of the Crusades is to regain the Holy Land from the Muslims. We now take you to the heat of battle in Jerusalem, where the Crusaders are very close to capturing the city.
You bloody Muslim! Yar! Salad and Salad Shop! The best salads this side of London. If you're looking to feed an army, come to this place right now. We've got the strength and fortitude of Saladin's army, but not the unorganization and disagreement of the Crusaders. If you're a vegetarian, visit our vegetarian section for all your needs. Wait a second. Anyways, visit Salad and Salad Shop for all your salad needs. Yarr!
In the 800s, the country of England was hit by wave after wave of Danish Viking invaders. Finally, one English leader, Alfred the Great, was able to repel the Vikings. Over time, his successors united the kingdom, naming it the Land of the Angles, or England. All was well until 1016, when the Danish king Canute conquered England. His invasion resulted in the Anglo-Saxons, who were the native English, and the Viking invaders to blend into one people. However, after Edward the Confessor died without an heir, a power struggle erupted to win the throne. These events set the stage for the Battle of Hastings in 1066. On October 14th, 1066, William the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy in France, landed at England. What resulted was the Norman conquest of England. After killing Harold Godwinson, the English king, and defeating the English army at Hastings, William declared all of England his personal property. He replaced English lords with Normans loyal to him, and by doing this, he set up the basis for centralized government.
Oh.
25 years later...
English convict! Your father was a hamster, and your mother smelled of elderberries!
Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem. And now, Channel 14 News with Gonna Quit.
Hi, I'm gonna quit with reporting with the history of government. William the Conqueror, even though he was King of England, also on land is French because of the positions he held there. As a result, his descendants to the throne of England owned land in both France and England. Henry II was one of these descendants, and after he married Eleanor of Aquitaine, he gained even more land. Eleanor brought an area of France called Aquitaine with her when she married Henry. Eleanor and Henry had 4 sons, 2 of which became kings of England. Richard, who earned his name Richard the Lionhearted, was a hero of the Third Crusade. His brother John became king in 1199. He proved himself to be a poor leader. John was a horrible military commander, losing many of England's possessions in France.
You English warriors, come hither!
Where are our services requested, King John?
Yes, what do you want us, King John?
Go, be brave over there!
But there's a million French over there.
Oh, that's okay, I got more of you.
Their arrows can't pierce my chainmail!
Let's go.
That's the spirit! Go win! Next!
He forced money from his subjects and treated them unfairly. All of these things came back to haunt John when his nobles revolted. They forced him to sign this: the Magna Carta. The Magna Carta guaranteed certain basic rights to every citizen of England. This document contains rights that still exist today. In the late 13th century, Edward I was struggling to hold lands in France and desperately needed money. He summoned 2 wealthy citizens, or burgesses, from every borough and 2 knights from every county to form the first parliament. Together with bishops and lords, the model parliament was held in November 1295. The burgesses and knights convened every time whenever a new tax was needed. Parliament became a tool that weakened the nobles and eventually limited the power of monarchs, like the Magna Carta.
Die Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
And in the 50th year,
Just wait till my grandsons come and get ya.
French grandsons are better than English ones!
Ah.
Oh, wait, oh.
Okay.
And now, Channel 14 News brings you Mr. Job Hunting.
Hello, I am Job Hunting, and this is some French history. The kings of France searched for ways to grow in power. After the death of the last member of the Carolingian dynasty, Hugh Capet, who was virtually an unknown duke from the middle of France, advanced to the throne. Even though the Capet family ruled over only a small plot of land, it included the great city of Paris. Over time, the Capet family rose in power, and the Capetian dynasty ruled France for about 400 years. Philip Augustus was the most powerful king of the Capetian dynasty. Philip used his craft, curiosity, and determination to regain the land lost by his father and to create a more powerful government. Philip's strong government was strengthened by his grandson, Louis IX, known as the ideal king because of his saintly virtues. The French were encouraged to limit the power of the nobles and created a meeting called the Estates General to support royal policies. The estates consisted of church leaders, nobles, and as a result of Philip IV, commoners. Similar to the English Parliament, the Estates General increased royal power of the nobility. The Estates General was not as influential as the Parliament, in that it never limited the power of the king. And now, Mr. Bill Ding of Channel 14, Agricultural Report.
Salad and salad. Oh, God.
Hey, salad boy. We're on.
In Food News today, agricultural thinkers have designed a new horse collar. This new collar straps onto the horse around its stomach, unlike older models that are worn around the neck. Thousands of horses across Europe have become sick or died as a result of the neck collar. According to the world's leading scientists, the neck collar constricts horses' respiratory cavities, resulting in a lack of oxygen. They say that the new collars will not affect the horse's ability to work. Peasants report that the three-field system for growing food has greatly increased the supply of food across Europe. Farmers are now able to farm 2/3 of their land, not just 1/2 of it. This innovation is the result of a great mathematical discovery. There are numbers after 2. Towns across Europe are exploding as an increased food supply and stimulated economy are raising the population limits of towns. These growing towns are attracting serfs from lands. After they run away from their lord, which most of them do, they begin life in a town, becoming a burgher or town dweller.
And now, Mr. General Specific for Channel 14 News.
In 1300, King Philip IV of France asserted his power over the bishops in his lands. Pope Boniface VIII, in retaliation, delivered a papal bull stating kings must obey popes and the church. Philip thought nothing of this and took Boniface prisoner. The event changed the link between church and state, and never again was a pope able to enforce power over a monarch. The church was further weakened when the papacy was moved to Avignon in France. It took another devastating blow when it was moved back to Rome. Pope Gregory XI died while in Rome, so the cardinals chose a successor. Urban VI won the papacy, but he proved to be an arrogant reformist. Because of this, cardinals in France chose another pope, Robert of Geneva. Each of these popes declared himself the real pope and the other a fraud. This is known as the Great Schism. In 1414, there were actually 3 popes, but finally, in 1417, Martin V replaced all of them and became the sole pope. The Great Schism was a devastating blow to the power of the church, and the two men did even more damage with their scholarly views of church principles. These men challenged the papacy further with their ideas. John Wycliffe, a scholar from England, preached that Jesus, not the Pope, was the true head of the church. He also said that the Bible was the authority of Christian life. Jan Hus, a Bohemian professor, taught that the Bible held authority over the Pope. Hus was burned at the stake in 1415. These men and their controversial ideas, coupled with the Great Schism, ended the spell of the Age of Faith.
Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
And now, the 75th anniversary of the 100 Years' War.
Oh, you English old bones!
Excuse me, French. Oh, darn my buddy. Where'd you go?
I'm over here, England.
Oh,
My arthritis.
no.
Good morning, Europe. Well, it looks like a fine day to, bury your relatives. Why? Well, if you haven't figured it out, the Black Plague is everywhere. It's characterized by these purplish black dots and bumps called buboes. Well, you think it looks bad, you don't want to know how bad it feels.
Hello. As you can see, this disease was born in the Far East and was swept across Asia by horseback Mongols. In 1345, the Mongols laid siege to Kaffa on the north coast of the Black Sea.
Well, just a few years ago, in 1347, Italian merchants living there in Kaffa fled to Italy, Genoa, and bringing the deadly disease with them. From there, the disease is spreading all across Europe, being carried by knights, merchants, and bishops alike. To avoid this disease, stay confined. If you find you have contracted this disease, well, take a bath in some sewage and pray, because it probably won't help. Caution is advised on all area lakes and everywhere else.
The year teeth look like this? Do they hurt all the time? If so, you need the amazing Black Plaque toothpaste. This cleans away every tiny particle of black plaque in your entire mouth. Never worry about plaque again. Why does this work so well? A combination of dihydrogen monoxide coupled with the power of water after being mixed together forms the most potent toothpaste ever. But don't worry, if all this powerful talk is making you scared to touch this stuff, you'll be glad to know that it is completely antitoxic. So keep your plaque under control with Black Plaque toothpaste. Use only as directed. Children under 45 should not use this product. If you swallow more than one drop of this paste, try not to die.
And we're on in 1, 2, 5,
3, sir, 3.
3.
The Hundred Years' War was fought between 1337 and 1453. It was a series of battles fought in France between England and France. The English were trying to capture land in France, while the French opposed this. Out of these battles, 3 were the most important: Crécy, Poitiers, and Agincourt. At these 3 famous battles, the mounted knight became obsolete as a result of English longbowmen. We now take you back in history to the Battle of Crécy, France, 1346. The English forces were met by a French force 3 times their size, consisting of heavily armed knights. Nonetheless, English longbowmen let their arrows fly, catching the French archers out of range. The French archers fled, but their cavalry charged, cutting down their own men. When the cavalry closed in on the English, they too were massacred by the English arrows. Crécy was also the first battle in which gunpowder was used by the English. In the later years of the war, the French lost hope in the cause. Henry V, an Englishman, was to inherit the French throne. Thousands of men had lost their lives. However, a young girl named Joan of Arc would change everything. She claimed divine voices told her to free France from the English. Joan led the French army against the English fort, blocking the major city of Orleans. After a retreat, the army of France united behind Joan and lifted the siege of Orleans. Joan and the French continued to fight the English out of France. In 1430, Joan was captured by the Burgundians, an ally of England, and eventually burned at the stake. The Hundred Years' War resulted in the rise of nationalism, the thought that the king was a national leader, not a feudal lord. The English Parliament is strengthened, and democracy creeps closer to reality. Some historians consider the end of the war to be the end of the Middle Ages. The 2 backbones of the medieval world, religion and chivalry, crumbled, opening the door for a new age. Free trial version, oh yeah. Aww. And now, the 100th anniversary of the 100 Years' War.
Well, when you yet?
Victory for the French! So, what did you think of it all?
Well, I think you're alright. You did have the Black Plague.
Oh, staff on check. Casualty check. That didn't make sense, but let's go.
Alright, now we're gonna go scan through the destruction we made through this 15-hour video. Here is all the makings of the, this is not a cathedral.
Yay.
Wow. Yay.
And wait. Ironically, the newscast set was in, can anybody guess it? Turn around, Lee.
The bathroom!
Yeah, the bathroom! Oh, man!
Travis's lovely lounge bathroom was a nice accommodations for our video.
Yeah!
Now we take you over to the salad corner, which Don threw the salad over into. As you can see, the salad was made out of paper!
No!
Not lettuce, paper!
No! Wait.
What is
What
this?
channel is that?
Ah.
If you didn't notice, we had basically 3 million channels during our whole thing. Different every
Oh,
time.
look, it's the hamburger.
Oh, it's the hamburger!
Where's the patty, Travis?
Where's
Get
the
a
patty? I'll get the patty.
Get a patty.
Hershey chocolate! Yeah!
The hamburger was made out of a hot dog bun with paper lettuce and a Hershey bar for the meat.
I bet you didn't know that. Let's go.
Oh, going through the carnage in the TV
Magna
room.
Carta.
There's the Magna Carta in Travis's upstairs.
Look, the Magna Carta. There's a
Oh,
real
look at all the
thing.
junk.
Christopher
The
Lloyd's
wardrobe.
flowers.
Yeah.
Oh, the flowers.
Wonderful flowers. Show my
The
pastime.
books. The books. Donna, Donna. Hey Don, where's that the dentist robe? You know where?
Oh, yeah, here we go,
where?
right here, right
where is
here.
it? Is it under here? Where is? Oh, there it is. Somewhere on the couch of wardrobes. Ah, yes. What else do we have?
Our pastime. Our pastime.
Oh, this stuff scattered around the floor. Oh yeah, the stuff we did that when we didn't have any time.
Hey.
Oh, look, it's Saladin. Hi, Saladin.
Oh, hi, Saladin.
Yar.
And look, the monks of Ode.
Oh, look, the church. It's right down there. There's a picture.
King Richard.
Travis, if you don't know, I don't have that much cord. I can't go down there.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, look, it's the kitchen, the site of Saladin's salads.
Yeah.
Oh, get a better view of it. Oh, look at that. It's right down there. What time is it? Oh, it looks like it's... Oh my gosh. It's 10:10. Guess what? Since we've been here, 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning. That is really a long time. Long time. Right, Travis?
Long time.
Long time. Oh, yeah.
I'm King John.
Where's King John?
King John. Right.
Oh, King John.
King John.
King John.
Oh, King John through the ages.
Next.
Okay. I'm running out of cord now. Running out of cord. Oh, look. The site of the 100 Years' War. Dun, dun.
Ta-da.
With the swords, I guess the skeletons have rotted away.
Yes, I guess I have. Yep, there goes our Magna Carta. Oh, anyways,
Outside is the site of
our
the
dump,
monk.
Our dump room.
Oh, the dump. Yes, this is where we put all our stuff that, after we used it. Just like this room over here. You can go back in here, look at Don trying to tangle stuff up. Oh,
Boy, it's gonna take a long time.
yeah. We get to clean all this stuff up now. Oh, Don, look, this is your turban. Turban. As you can see, the turban was a Batman robe.
Yay! Wait, Lee, we gotta
Sir
show
Batman.
them. We have to show them our death scene. The thing we've all been waiting for. La, 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 la.
And now, a live execution. Oh. Oh, God.
Just a second, I got some more blood.
Oh, no, Travis, not again. Oh. Oh, more death.
More blood!
More death, more Travis. Oh, no. Oh. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, more death!
Oh, more death. Oh. And still more death.
I am not worthy!
Oh. Travis, you should be dead by now. You've lost gallons. Oh, no.
Wait, show my blood! Show my blood! Show my blood!
Oh. Oh, no. Yes, he's finally dead.